Look, we have a pond or a lake. No, we've had rain. Hi, it is Robbie from Southern California. Just kind of a quick, how you doing today? So I'm just looking at all the water we've got, and that was the first rainstorm. We've got 2 more coming through, but look at all the water. Now it's kind of just sitting, it will soak in, but then we wonder why. We grow all kinds of stuff through here. Everything. I've seen tomatoes and lettuce and herbs coming up because of the water soaks into the ground. And then under all these rocks, remember, layer, it just finds its way to start to grow. I mean, look at the mustard, because rocks hold water, at least underneath. And then, of course, all the containers. But that's what's going on here. That's a barbecue Gary found in the trash. The cars that I got years and years ago. Oh my goodness. I don't even know how many years ago now. 10? Has Circuit City been gone 10 years? Longer? That was a great buy. That was a stupid buy. This is my buy. I was there on my own and I bought them, and they're carts that the kids would be wheeled in, and there was a shopping basket on the back there, and the kids loved being pushed around the cart. I thought I was going to take it to Disneyland when my granddaughter was little. Oh my gosh. So it goes way back. And Gary came and picked it up with his truck, but it's too heavy. There's no way to move this thing around anywhere. I mean, they literally are made so solid. I mean, they're made to be really battered up by kids, but they weigh a ton. So it never got used for Disneyland. We've got a jet going by. That's the noise there. So I'll redo those, and I don't know if I'm going to do tomatoes in there. I'm actually thinking peppers. I'm going to leave them. Got to get rid of the water that's in the tote in the middle. Maybe I'll get rid of the tote. I'm not sure, but they're holding up, and they've held their color pretty good and everything all these years. So that's what's going on here. So what is the rain doing for us? Oh, it's starting to rain again, you know. Gary told me today we may not get rain. It might be later, but we are getting rain. The rain is just holding me up from working outside, but I'm working inside. I've got projects going on and trying to clean up my kitchen, so maybe one day I can just turn on the camera and just cook and talk. It seems like I can't. I go in there, I start to put everything away, and then here's the thing. The kitchen is the busiest room all the time from morning till night, and there's always stuff. I have to pull it out, put it on the counter. I want to use this today. I want to use it tomorrow. If I put it away, out of sight, out of mind, so I like having things out. But let's see. I don't know if there's any monarchs now because it's cold. We're actually 48 degrees. I know. East Coasters and everybody that's been under snow and negative degrees are laughing at me, but you know, we're going to be 40 degrees this week too, so it's cold. If there's any caterpillars, I would think they're tucked away, hiding, because I'd walked through here when it was warm last week and they were all over, and there's been a lot of monarchs, and they do go into trees and tuck themselves away with their wings folded, and they can just sit. This is the eggplant I want to get out. The problem is I've got all this milkweed, and I have seen the caterpillars go in there to sleep, so I can't pull it out. Why do I want to pull it out? It's a yellow bitter eggplant. It came up on its own. I'm going to have to say it's not edible. Gary eats it, but I don't even want him to eat it so bad. So I'm going to clean up around here. I'm just looking at how everything is so wet. Is that beautiful? So anyways, here's the dog kennel. Now I'm still testing seeds. I'll take some seeds that I, have a lot of, and I'll test. And here I want to top it, which I can top it with anything. I can go through here and just grab some soil. So this isn't done yet. You saw this the other day if you watch our videos all the time. The potatoes are doing so well that I've got a lot of potatoes. I'm going to toss them in here. I'm going to top dress it with whatever. And then I'm going to put some more potatoes in here, and I'll leave this one for potatoes. Let's see. No, the only things growing in here are the brassicas. So to plant outside, that would be basically it, which is broccoli, collard, kale, I guess. You could grow even radishes now and stuff, but I've tested some squash seeds in there. I knew it wasn't going to grow, but it was still too cold. Lettuce, if you're in Southern California, if you're in an area like our temperature, we're at 10A, zone, you can grow lettuce now. I'm growing tons of lettuce. See the lettuce through there? I've got lettuce, mustard, all that's growing really good. I got new tomato plants coming up. Tomatoes will grow right now. They don't mind the cold. I've got lettuce going to seed, which is great because then I can collect the seed and just sprinkle it around. You know, I don't plant each individual seed when it comes to lettuce. What I do, and go back and look at the videos, I just crush it and then I let them grow, and they're easy to transplant. They don't even go into shock. I've broken off almost the entire root and it still comes back. I'm stepping back so you can see this. Made a whole video on how I was planning on doing it, and I've been reading your comments. And you know what? You made me think. So I'm not going to do it probably the way I told you. It's still going to be in the middle, but quite a few of you came in and said, put it on the other side. And I thought, why would I put it on the other side? I wanted the door 1, 2, 3, 4. I wanted it right in the middle there. This gives me the growing room on this side. This is my favorite thing. And the growing room on this side. Why is it my favorite? Because of all the squirrels. Squirrels are my biggest problem. Ground squirrels. And then some of you came in. Let's walk over here for a minute. And said, do it on this side. And I'm thinking, why would I do it on this side? Just because I can see it from the house? I looked and looked. Now, if I do it from this side, I think I've got to move everything over. I'm not sure. So I came out here because there was quite a few of you said that. You have to do it from this side. Now, I know we don't have a lot of room to explain, let's see, over here, why you wanted me to do it from this side. And then I came out here the other day and I thought, I do have an aisleway here. And if I do it from this side, put the door in the middle here, also 4 over, it might be to my benefit. And I'm thinking, why would it be to my benefit to do it from this side? You won't be able to see the door, and yes, I'll have to squeeze in, and yes, I'll have to be mindful of what I plant in here. Because zucchini can get so big. I do a lot of zucchini, even though I had a lot of flowers coming up. Zinnias were growing everywhere, and that's what's still here. All this is seed heads. I have to grab those and sprinkle them around. They plant themselves, and they move like lettuce. I move them everywhere. But that is true. Let me keep walking around here. It might be better to do it on this side. And Gary informed me that he is so crazy busy. He's trying to get rid of junk. He's trying to work in his garden that he doesn't have time to work on it because we already bought another dog kennel. They go up and down in price. So we bought them when the price was really good. So I think it will be better. I think I'm going to put the door in the middle here. I still have the hose that's there, so I can easily get through here. It's a nice wide space. So that would be good. And the biggest reason, that means this door will go. Because this will have like those 2 big growing totes back there. They're like 35, 40 gallons. I can put 2 here. Gives me an extra growing space for something big. Gee, I could even put small fruit trees in here. I don't need to do that. But I can grow anything I want there. Eggplant, squash. Peppers, I don't have a problem really with peppers. The squirrels don't tend to eat that, even the sweet ones. We're more in the sweet peppers, though we do grow black cobra, but my squash is what I really like, and my cucumbers, and my watermelon. So I could do that in there. Now, why would I do it there on the other side instead of here? 2 reasons. Number 1, I've set these chairs up, and they can be temporary because what they're doing is they are making me free soil. The best soil you can possibly buy. Everything's in there. We do not use fertilizer. I don't buy any of those fertilizers. You don't know what's in there. I go just as nature does. I mean, my goodness, if nature can do such a good job and all that's growing all on its own, then there's no reason in the world where I can't replicate that and do it myself. So that's what's going on in all these totes. So when I want to move it, if I want to move it, You shovel it out, put it in a wheelbarrow, and start using it and growing in it, as I'm going to grow in it right now. But I do have that extra dog kennel. And I did want to expand this. And I did want to leave some center walls for vertical gardening. And you're right. It probably would be better to put the door on the other side. So when, let's say, late spring, summer comes and Gary's got a little bit of free time, because he's going to have to cut some of it because he put the wire on. He likes putting it together. So let him do it. Maybe we'll record him doing it. We can expand it. And what's going to happen is I could have a door on this side too somewhere. I could have the door here if I wanted to. Bring it out. Now, how far out? I don't know how far out it will go. But you end up with X amount of panels in one dog kennel. We did buy 2. Gary's going to put one in his garden. He's got plans. And then I bought an extra one for me. And I love them because once you put them up, they're there forever. Until you decide to get rid of it, take it down. Expand it out. So instead of being 4 foot wide, I could go another 4 foot. And what we'll do, I think the best thing to do is take the panels and lay them out, kind of visualize it as it's laid out, and see how I want to do it. Do I want to go all the way to the end? Do I want to pull it in and have maybe part of it come in and then come all the way out, and maybe make it 6 foot wide on this thing? Open up the center. So I'm going to have at least, let's see, there I use 1, 2, I used at least 3 panels there to use as vertical from the large blue totes that are there. Do the same thing there. 1, 2, 3. And then take out, let's see, 3, 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I could either take out 4 panels or 3 panels, which would now be my wall. And I don't know how far, because it's a puzzle now. It will all snap together, and then we'll decide how we want to do it then. So I think I am going to end up having him put the door in the middle on the other side. I could change my mind again. But I want to set it up differently. I've got 1 grow bag in there. I really don't get much out of a grow bag. So for me, that can be just moved out, left in there, whatever. I do love my dish pans because the dish pans can grow. Look at the mustard growing. You can propagate in there. You can start plants in there. I grow tons of lettuce, radishes. I grow cilantro, everything in those dish pans. Those really are kind of exclusive to Walmart, but they ship all over the United States and they're cheap and they last forever. I have never had a dish pan break. And some of them are, 8 years old? They've been abused and thrown out in the sunlight. Totes once in a while, yes, they will break down. But the dish pans, I've never had them break. So that can either be moved on this wall or left there if I'm going to open this up. But the main thing is I want to have an aisle. So I think it is going to work out better. How wide this dog kennel will be, I don't know. We don't know yet. We talked about it yesterday, because we'll have to lay it out and see how many panels, because we're going to take panels from there and lay it out here. Then we've got, how many panels come with a dog kennel? Let's see, because here's the small one as is. This is how it comes. So there's 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 12 panels. So now you're going to take the 12 panels that come and start working with them. Because this is remember, this is 2 dog kennels put together. That's why it's 20 foot long, not 13, because you have, it's 20 foot long, not 16, because you have extra panels. So we'll kind of lay it out and then walk around and see how we want to do it. But this will be a little while. I don't want to stop him from his projects. We're going to do things differently this year. I have pushed him off and on to get a video up, and he starts. But he's got, he's working and he's got so much work around here to do that it's impossible to do that. So what I'm going to do, just kind of put my foot down and say, you start working, I'm going to record you. And we're just going to, I'll be his camera guy. I'll be the camera dude. And mic him up and let him talk, because he can talk and explain everything he's doing. But to sit down, I don't think a lot of people realize, but to make, let's say, a 15-minute video, it couldn't take, till you put it together even uncut, it's still, you've got to go through, you've got to look at it, you've got to render it. It's called rendering. Then you've got to upload it. You were talking hours and hours of work. It can take me to do a garden tour, to come out here, record it, and then put the pieces together, because it's still pieces. 8 hours. Sometimes I get up early in the morning until I get the whole thing up, and then you've got to upload it and everything. And YouTube can take an hour till it renders it too. It can take an hour to upload it. So there's a lot of different things that go with it. I think it'd be better off for me to be his camera dude until he has more time later. And then he can do his own videos, and he can still do his own videos. So I'm going to get him in the garden and get his garden, recorded more often. And then the projects he works on all kinds of stuff. He just fixed our entire garage door, the electric door. It's about 20 years old, and there were so many things that need to be done, but he didn't record it. And I said, why? He said, there's so much out there. He said, I'm not going to bother. So he does do a lot of fixing, and he does do a lot of stuff that really should be recorded. So I'm going to try to record him more. But for this, maybe I'll do that. He can explain what he's doing and record him doing it when he gets to this. And then at that point, I can move these chairs, whether I slide them out and bring them this way. I mean, years ago, we left this thing all open because the grandkids were little. We had all the birthday parties here and all the different holidays here because everybody could park. We've got this massive lot. Let me get under the tree, it's raining. But now, everybody's off and doing their own things. One moved away, or some people have moved away. So things are changing, they're evolving. Life changes all the time, that's part of life. So we don't need the massive parking lot, though we still want the parking lot because Gary likes it. He wants to get wood chips or whatever he wants to get. He does drive down here to get to his garden. It goes all the way down. There's a road there. So we want to make sure we have open space. We do like open space. But here, I'm only going to go that far. Truthfully, once I had this together, this dog kennel, bigger, that would be enough food, more than enough food for Gary and I. Though I'm not going to take away anything else. I like to be able to walk through and do different things. But that would be it. That would be as big as I would get on the dog kennel and just not worry about it. I could put a chicken coop out here. No, if I do anything, I would put a chicken coop in the bird garden. That would be fun, but I have to be careful because I do have a lot of coyotes here. So because I would like to have the chickens out, but we have safer places where we can let the chickens roam, where our healers keep track and keep coyotes out. But getting back to this, I think the door would be good on the other side. I'm still strategizing, I'm still thinking, but what I'm trying to do is gain the side walls and then be able to just grow straight vertically and be able to walk in and keep an aisleway. If this comes out wider and ends up to be 6 foot wide, then I won't need to protect one wall and keep it open for me to walk. Then I would be able to plant on both sides and just have the middle aisleway. So going an extra, that's what we'll have to see when we get to it. Instead of 2 panels in the front, if I can go 3 panels, then I'd have the wall in the center because we're not going to take the entire thing open because we want the vertical growing. But I'd be able to, this is my garden. He doesn't go in there unless he's harvesting stuff for breakfast. I'd be able to have the aisle down the middle. And I think that's something we'll think about. So I just wanted to show you, we have been raining and raining, and it's raining right now. I'm getting all wet. And we love the water. It's going to be beautiful. Look at all the grass growing up there, all the weeds and the flowers. Just beautiful. And keep that in mind when you walk outside and you take a walk and you see how green everything is. Who's putting fertilizer out there? These trees are getting massive without fertilizer. You make your own. My goodness, I make compost tea. There's compost tea. You make your own compost tea. Everything that I put in here, all the kitchen scraps, is running out when you water it, and it ends up in that bucket. You take that and you water your other plants. I'm not saying don't buy, because if you want to buy, you most certainly buy. We don't buy. We just make our own. So I just wanted to come out and say hello. This is just a hello. See, there's dishpans sitting out in the sun for years, and not one of them is broke. They really are great things. What's all growing in here? I messed up big time. This is potato mint. And I learned a lesson this year on potato mint. When you plant it, you let it grow like it did. It got really big. But when it starts dying back, boy, you got to get them out at that point, because there's the tubers. That's what you eat. There's a little one there. And I have found out that if you get it before it completely dies back, they're bigger. And as it goes into this in there and trying to keep the top alive, they end up getting too small. See, these are what you eat. But they should be, there's one. These are all the tubers. It's, you know what it tastes like? Jicama. They're so good. I really have to go through here, get everything out, clean all these up, freshen up the soil, get them planted, and next time get in here a lot earlier to get to the plants, because I did notice some of them died back. See that some of them, it got too wet. But these are all edible. I put it in a salad the other day, and Gary said, "Oh, what is that?" I said, "That's my potato mint." He said, "That's really good because you eat that raw or you can cook it." But I know that they'll be bigger, and I let them sit too long. That's all. They'll all come back. The teeniest ones that you can barely see will take off as soon as the weather heats up, and I'll have all this potato mint. So I want to get the potato mint growing really good. I don't think I'm going to do potatoes in buckets. It didn't grow as good as other ways I've grown it. So I may do one or two, and I might change this around. And then, of course, I've got the potato mint here, too. I've been growing it for years. And the same thing. Last year I looked, and they were too small. So I ended up leaving it. And they all grew. But you want the tubers to be at least about that big. And, I mean, then you have something to eat, wash up, and use. So that's it. Anyways, I'm getting in. Look at this. You talk about plants. Do they love the rain or do they not love the rain? Oh, my goodness. Gary puts that on his tortillas in the morning. And I put a little bit in our drink. Is that a slug? Yeah, there's a slug. Okay, go down on my geraniums. And the tomatoes are making a comeback. I gotta get out of the rain. It is raining too much. Or you'll never see this video if I fry my camera. Okay, so we've got a lot more rain coming. We had a thunderstorm last night. Zoe was screaming. And they're saying we've got a ton of rain that will be coming in tonight. And then there's another storm. And then I guess there's more rain predicted for next week. But rain, you know, plants grow, they need the rain, so I'm not worried about the rain. I worry about the flooding, because a lot of people end up washed out of their homes, especially with all the fires that were last year. So that's really rough. But so far we've been okay, just wet. So I want everybody to have a wonderful day. Probably you didn't get a lot of tips, but believe you me, so much is coming. This was just kind of a walk around on a wet morning. But those tomatoes are doing good. I've got to get more of my irrigation tubing up. I want to have that everywhere, more individual on the totes. So if I see how I crossed over and I connected 1, 2, 3, 4, you're connecting 4 totes. So if I end up with, let's say, hornworms on here, guess what they're going to do? They're going to go back and forth. So you want to keep certain things separate. So I'm going to separate some. I'll keep some like this. Maybe I'll do watermelon again there. But when you're doing, let's say, tomatoes, separate them so you could tool it. See the red tool over there where the mustard is? The greatest thing in the world. I always keep the tool, the link, in my description. You have to go into the description. You have to tap on it. It might, sometimes you don't even see it. So you have to tap on the word more, depending on if you're on a phone, a tablet, a computer. And then there will be a link to eBay. And that's where I get mine. I've got them for years. They're $10 for 40 yards. If you go to the store to buy it, it could be $2 a yard. You're getting 54 inches, $10 for 40 yards. That would cost you at a regular fabric store $80 plus, because they sell it for $1.99 usually a yard. And you're paying $10 for 40 yards. You'd only need 1 bolt, and it's free shipping, and that's where I get mine. Absolutely love it. And then at any point, I could grab a bolt and I could wrap these dog kennels in tulle for like $10. Just wrap the whole thing. The small one, I'd have the whole thing done in one bolt, and then that keeps out all the insects. I haven't had too many insect problems, so we've gone with the 1/4 inch wire that we bought, the fabric, the cloth, 1/4 inch fabric cloth, whatever. And then that's kept out really the major insects. And even the top is open. I'll have a little wren go into this one here, and he eats the insects, so I don't mind it. But really, if you're starting a garden, get yourself some tool. And if you want to work with irrigation tubing and tomato stakes, and you can use other sticks as well, that is so cheap. That's why I came up with that years ago, because everybody was buying all these things to cover, and it was so expensive to make arches. Anybody, you can be 90 years old out there, and you can bend that irrigation tubing, and you can get yourself a small roll. I put links to that too, usually pictures. That's something that YouTube has me do, and you can do that and click on that. Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, they all sell them. And you can just buy a small roll. I buy it sometimes in I think I bought a 500-foot roll for like $40. That's how cheap it is, but you don't need that much. You can get a small roll. Get 20 feet for $20. It'll last you a long time because they don't break. They last forever. So you can just fold it up, leave it like I just leave it. Then I come back and reconfigure it any way I want. Look, it's like a puzzle. You put all that black irrigation tubing together whatever way you want. And what you're doing is you're protecting your plants. And it works fantastic. So with that, have a wonderful day. And don't forget to eat what you grow. And I'm getting in because it is raining. Bye-bye, everybody. And thank you to all our members, our moderators, our subscribers, and our watchers. We love you. Bye-bye. I just came in from doing my vlog in the garden, and the sun came out. Look at this. Like in seconds. It's not going to stay. Because this part, see, it's raining. Can you see it's raining? I don't know if you can see it on the camera. It's raining. And this is all clouds. But the sun just broke through. And it looks so beautiful. Yeah, it does. You're all wet. You gonna stand out in the rain? Look at that. And there's Gary's garden down there. He's been trimming those trees. So how high they were. You can see how some of them are really high. Let me zoom in. So they're really high. And then in the front there, just so he can get some sun in there. Look at that. What are you doing? And the orange trees, oh, are they gonna love this rain. That water right now, we put the scudder up, remember? And it pours there. I've been catching water in buckets. I actually use that to rinse my hair and get rid of all the stuff that's in our regular water. And then it's coming down. You probably can't see it, but it comes off the deck right there. And then there's a river, and it's watering the citrus trees down there. That's why this lemon tree just bursted in the flowers and lemons, because it wasn't getting a whole lot. And that down there is a kumquat, but it's the one that's round. It's really cool. I can zoom in for a minute there. So that works out really good. And Gary just walks through and eats those. Anyways, now I'm going to go have breakfast. And then I guess I'm doing all the hummingbirds again. It's beautiful. You know what? I love the rain. This was really nice. For us. I wonder if they lost the rest of their hillside. Oh, well, okay. In to get breakfast, and she's barking because, you see Zoe? Zoe sees a strange dog down there. That dog's been here longer than her, but it's still a dog down there. Oh, she is one funny girl. Zoe! She belongs there. She actually protects you. You keep the coyotes out, don't you? Where are the chickens? Probably hiding from the rain.